Welcome to another episode of The World at Temple. Last episode we learned about international students and their time at Temple University and the city of brotherly love. Today we'll be discussing achievements in their diverse culture at Temple University. Did you know that Temple has over 300,000 living alumni in 146 countries, including the United States? Temple is a melting pot as far as university diversity goes. The Fox School of Business recently held a global gala which featured a variety of cultural performances, food, and refreshments from around the world. The event was held by the International Student Organizations of Temple, and our crew was there to experience and enjoy the event.
Hey guys, my name is Kaya Jones. I'm here with The World at Temple. We're at Temple University's Global Gala interviewing students about the international community at Temple University. So who do I have here with me?
You have Mahad. My name is Mahad Shamsi. I'm part of the PSA, Pakistani Students Association.
My name is Keelan Rashid Hawkins.
My name is Damaras.
I'm Falbashi Jamali.
My name is Yuchong Wan.
I'm Ayman.
And how did you contribute to the show?
I'm one of the directors for this event. So I guess with the brain behind this, we get associations to come in and join, and we get performances. This food fest that we're having, and I guess we're the people behind that.
And where are you from?
Lithuania.
I'm from Trinidad and Tobago originally.
Germany.
Karachi, Pakistan. What is your favorite thing about your culture? It's the clothes. It's definitely the clothes. We have such bright colors and intricate patterns, and they're kind of heavy to wear, but I still like it a lot.
My favorite thing about my culture has to be my food.
I'd have to say the music and the food.
Got a great sense of humor. My favorite thing about my culture is everything. I mean, from the struggle that Lithuania came in to the amazing Lithuanian cuisine full of 1,000 ways of making potato. I mean, they got it.
Wait, what is your favorite way to make a potato?
There is a special thing in Lithuania called a potato grater, invented by Lithuanians and only sold. It's a giant machine which will grate potatoes and make it into many different types of food.
It's always about the food. Actually, people get together even on weddings, and the most important thing for them is the food. So we take our food very seriously.
Okay.
Everyone has their favorite home-cooked meal, but when you're far away from home, it's good to have a comfort food that makes you feel like you never left. Nakima Mayo's family's from Jamaica, and she'll be making her favorite homemade jerk chicken dish. What part of Jamaica is your family from?
Well, my mom's from St. Elizabeth, so it's basically the country's nothing like the resort.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the stories that she's told you about from living in Jamaica and like what life is like there compared to here.
Well, life is so much different. Like she said, when she was walking to school, there was no like actual roads. It was just all like dirt roads, and it was like a mile from her school to her house, and she had to walk. So when she moved to America, she moved to New York. So you know that's a big city, so it's such a transition. And I believe she was in high school, so it was really different. Just like the classes, like English, and she couldn't really like speak English because you know Jamaicans, they speak Patois, which is broken English.
Okay, do you speak Patois?
Not really, but like I can understand it.
Okay, and then do you have a lot of family here in America, or is it a lot of family still back in Jamaica, or what's the situation like?
It's kind of like an even amount. I do have a lot of family there in New York, and they're in Florida, and then I do have a lot in Jamaica. Like we still have our house in Jamaica.
Okay, yeah. So how often do you go back and visit home?
I actually only been there once.
Really?
But it was, I was there for a while. It was really nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely a different lifestyle than being
like
here.
Like my mom let us walk to the store, and they had to walk up this really big hill, and then there weren't, like, you know how your neighbors are right next to each other. Her closest neighbor was maybe like her school like a mile away, so it was pretty far.
That's so crazy. So now I know obviously jerk chicken is definitely a spicy food.
Oh, yeah.
So what has been the closest comparison or the best, I guess, jerk chicken that you can find in the local area that you've found so far at Temple?
Well, there was a few spots. There's a food truck actually.
Uh-huh.
But I don't remember the name of it. It's right across from the student center.
Okay.
They were pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
But that it doesn't compare to... No.
See, it's really different, like, when you eat, like, I eat Jamaican food almost every day when I'm home. So, like, when you try someone else's, it's like,
you're like, oh, that's
like,
nice.
it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't my mom's.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what obstacles, I guess, did your family have to overcome when they came to America? Like, what was their biggest challenge coming just from based off of what they told you?
Well, my grandmother, my grandfather, they had a bunch of kids, and they were pretty young too. Like my mom and her sister and brother, they're like a year apart. So it was a big transition with a lot of kids going to a city too. So and like finding jobs as well, because the currency is a lot different. Like you've been to Montego, but you see how like it's a big difference. So they had to adjust to that, and then also the weather too, especially going from the Caribbean where it's like warm to New York where it's really cold like during the winter, and then like the summers aren't like as hot. So
okay, and now so what is your favorite American food, and what would you suggest to your friends back, or your friends or family back home in Jamaica? What would you suggest them to try if they were to come to America?
Lasagna.
Lasagna?
Honestly, love lasagna.
Do you?
Yeah.
Have you had like a favorite spot at down here that you found the best lasagna?
Actually, there was this restaurant that I went to in Center City.
Uh-huh.
I really forgot the name of it though, but it was really good. It was Little Pete's, maybe.
Okay. Was it in Little Italy? In like, I know they have a section in Center City that's called like, or maybe it's not even Center City. It's somewhere in Philly that's called Little Italy. I know they're like famous for the Italian food, but
honestly, I don't remember because me and my friends were just down in Center City and then we just happened to walk by it. So.
Okay, so lasagna is your food of choice.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So, let's try some of this jerk chicken that you made.
Okay. I hope you like spicy food.
Oh yeah, I definitely like spicy food. Okay.
Cut it off the bone.
Okay, here we go.
Did you get a piece?
Yeah.
Okay. How was it?
Yeah, it's really good. So
So
how do you
it's spicy.
season this?
Well, I use like seasoning, salt, pepper. We use a lot of crushed red pepper. That's my mom's favorite thing to use, so you know, I use that too. And then there's a jerk sauce.
Okay.
And then you put that on there. And you usually you marinate overnight.
Okay.
And then the next day, that's when you take it out, and then you put it in the oven with a little bit of oil.
Okay.
And then you bake it.
And then all these ingredients can be found at a local store, like anywhere?
Yeah, a fresh grocer.
Oh wow, this is so good. Well, thank you so much for showing us your homemade jerk chicken. It was so good and definitely brings back memories of being on a spring break vacation. I definitely wish I was back in Jamaica after tasting that.
So do I.
Yeah, oh my gosh. But understanding cultural differences and success is vital to improving the experience of all students at Temple. Today we'll be discussing the success of Temple International students. We have two entrepreneurs from Nigeria. We have Performance here with us, and we have Kemi. So why don't you guys tell me a little bit about your business and like what you guys do, or introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Kemi Adeyemi, and I'm Nigerian, like you said. I started my business after high school. I had a gap year, and I was looking for something to do. I started selling like little cards, like recharge cards and stuff, and that's how I just started, wanting to sell stuff to people. And then I knew I was coming to college, and I didn't just want to come to America without bringing Africa to America.
That's awesome. And then what about you, Performance? What's your...
Hello, I'm Performance, and I'm an international business student here at Temple University. I started my business beginning of my freshman year here, and one of the things that inspired me to start this business was just usually like in Nigeria or in America, we don't get to like wear our traditional clothes here unless we're like going to like an event like a wedding or a party and stuff like that. And when we do wear these clothes or like attires, people are always like, oh my gosh, like what is that? Where'd you get that? So like that kind of sparked an interest in me, like why can't I wear this like all the time? Or like how can I like incorporate like part of my culture into like my everyday wear. So then I would have my mom like have my aunt send me stuff, but shipping was always so much. So I was just like, how can I do this but still be able to get stuff for me, but have it accessible to those people that do want it as well, but don't want to pay for the high shipping. So that's when I started my business Parade, and I started off with just dashikis, and which is like a traditional like shirt that originated in Africa. So I started off with that, and then from there it just kept going on, and people would ask, oh, do you have this? Do you have hats? Do you have waist beads? So my inspiration kind of came from like all my friends and like people around me, and so that's how I created it. And the name Parade actually has a meaning to it. My name is Performance Adejayan, and I took the first 3 letters of my first name, Per, which means for every, and the first 3 letters of my last name, which is Ade, which means crown, and it stands for every head, for every culture, and for every body. So it's pretty much anyone can rock the attires no matter where you're from.
That's awesome. That's a great concept.
Thank
Now,
you.
how did you both meet? So did you guys meet at Temple, or tell me the story of how you guys met?
Yeah, we definitely met at Temple.
How did we meet?
Okay, I remember how we met. So we were at it was an OAS meeting, and first I met one of my I met a friend who not really introduced us. So I was just sitting there, minding my business, not really. And I heard someone speaking Yoruba, which is our language, and I was just like, who is that? Where are you from? Where have you been? So that's where it started. I was just like, I did not know there were these many Nigerians here. So that's how we met. And then I'm not sure if I found out you had a business or what happened, but over the summer we just like connected and we started doing stuff together, and yeah.
That's awesome. So now, have you guys had what was your biggest challenges as coming as international students and starting your business, or like keeping your business continuing? Like, what were your challenges that you faced while doing all this?
I would say for both of us, our products are made back in Nigeria, so communication is huge. So WhatsApp has been saving our lives, and we have to communicate a lot of our designs, drawings, sending pictures, talking back to the people that help us back home. Definitely our parents have been a huge support to us, so I think communication and getting our products to America has been part of our challenges.
And then how long does it usually take for you to from starting the design and sending it over to actually producing it and then coming back, shipping it back here? How long does that usually take for you guys?
It could take anywhere from like 1 month to 6 months.
Okay.
Like the products the new collection that just came in took me about 4 to 5 months to actually finalize. Like a lot of stuff, like I'll get it and I'll be like, okay, I'm not satisfied with this, but I'm okay with this part of it.
Yeah.
I don't want this. Take it, you know. So like it's like trial and error, and then we like to try our products ourselves before we give it out to the public, because if you can't wear it, why would you try to sell it to other people?
Right.
So that's another thing. Like you get something and you're like, okay, I like this part, but this could be better. So that's definitely like a challenge that I would say I face a lot. And then the communication, like she said, we're running with a 5-hour time difference. So sometimes I'll be up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, or like even 4 o'clock in the morning, try to contact them in Nigeria, and they just woke up and it's 9 a.m. So definitely like that's like one of the biggest challenges that I would say we face.
Okay. And now for both of you, where do you see this company taking off to or growing after you graduate? What do you plan on doing with your companies?
I would say we just got started, and we definitely hope our businesses is a brand name and to reckon with other countries, not just America, not just Nigeria, but to go across different global people. And we just want everybody to be happy. And once you see our products, I want them to know that, oh yeah, that's Eclat, that's Parade.
Yeah. And then same, I guess, for you?
Yeah, for me, I would love to like work in the corporate field, but I would also like to keep doing this like long term. Like I would like to own stores. I would like to own just different things around the country. Like one idea that I've been thinking about right now is having like some kind of like bus or something that I could like tour and like travel across different states, and it's like kind of exclusive to your state for that week, so you want to like go there and check out the products and stuff like that. So like after college, that's something I would definitely like to do if it does, like if the opportunity does come my way. I feel like that would be fun to just like travel around with a truck and just
definitely.
No,
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for joining us, and we loved. I mean, your products are beautiful, and I really wish the best of success to you guys and with both of your companies. So when we come back, we will tell you about a brand new student-made magazine here at Temple to help international students and local students understand each other and their cultures a little bit better. Welcome back to The World at Temple. Freely Magazine is a multimedia platform for international and local students at Temple. Their goal is to give all ethnic groups opportunities to find a home away from home, raise their voices, share their cultures, and receive specific content that will improve their college experience abroad. Here is some of their work.
Freely Magazine has kickstarted its online publication to raise awareness of international cultures on Temple's campus.
So we started this 5 months ago after realizing, how international students are struggling with adapting to the new entirely environment, and also how American students are craving for more global perspectives. So we want to put this magazine together as like a bridge for both of the communities to come together and have a place for them to raise their voice, share their cultures, and also receive a lot of college experience. So we started to send out application to see if they are interested in joining us, and we were so amazed that it was like over 100 applications sending to us. We brought them together and interviewed them, and then found out an e-board of 15 people from different countries around the world, and we have been working so hard on creating our website and printed version, and also a lot of events that encourage and emphasize beauty and strength of diversity in Temple and also in Philadelphia. So I think that for now we're still developing our content. Our content is basically about discovering cultures, share your opinions, and the purpose is debunking stereotypes. So in the future we want to expand this model and bring this model to other universities in Philadelphia and also other states to help them, to help people raise more cultural awareness. So yeah, that's our plan in the future. I know a lot of my American students, friends, they are really interested in knowing about my culture, and they're always asking I don't know that, the international students are so talented and so unique and different, and they just don't get a chance to get together, make friends, and connect with international students. So they kind of misunderstand. There's a little bit of misunderstanding in the middle. So I think that having this publication will make the American students to realize more about the international community, how many people we have, and our photo gallery, A Piece of Home, is all about defining home, where home is, and I think that this would make an impact on the positive impact on the international community, as we can bring them together to showcase their talent, showcase their opinions, and then reach out to the one who didn't care about diversity enough, and they can come to our event and see what we are doing and how many international students we have and our unique culture, so they would be more interested in knowing about it and helping us in the future.
The vision. So as you know that USA has a lot of international students, and Temple has 1/3 of people are from different countries. So I and Sylvia see the struggle that they have to face every day. So we want to make a magazine for them to raise their voice, and in the future it may become a community for all international. They can learn from each other. They can express themselves. They can have more connection, or break the cultural barrier between culture-based culture.
Sylvia Dow is the founder of Freely Magazine. Thanks for joining us here at the World at Temple. So Sylvia, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hello, so my name is Sylvia Dow. I'm from Vietnam, and I'm a junior communication studies major. I've been in Philly for about 4 years, and I absolutely love Temple and all the people that I've met. In the future, I want to be a journalist, so I'm practicing it by starting a magazine called Freely, and in the next year I will be graduating, so I'm planning out my future, and hopefully everything works out well.
Okay, so why don't you tell me a little bit about Freely Magazine? Like, what was the concept behind it? How did you get the idea for it? What sparked the interest? So go ahead and explain that.
Yeah, so I'm currently the International Resident Coordinator at Temple and getting involved with a lot of activities for international community. So that's why a lot of international students came to me asking questions like how to get involved, which organizations should I join, what jobs should I apply, or how do I share my cultures and connect with American students. On the other hand, my American student friends also expressed their strong desire to gain more global perspectives and cultural competence. So then I asked myself, like, why don't we create a main media outlet with select information for international community with valuable resources for them, and also a place for American domestic students to learn more about cultures and gain more understanding with the international lives at Temple. So we create Freely Magazine as a platform online for all students to explore cultures, and it's like a bridge between domestic and international students for them to connect, to raise their voice and freely express themselves. So that's why we made it Freely Magazine.
Okay, awesome. Now, because you guys are a multimedia platform, you do print, video, and a whole bunch of stuff. So how do you organize and manage the content and who does what? Like, how does that all come together?
Yeah, so we started this 5 months ago, and first in the beginning I started to send out applications through our Temple to see like how many people are interested in this project, and I was really amazed by how many people we got. So we got about over 100 applicants.
Oh, wow.
And we spent about 2 days straight to interview people for positions, and currently we're having a team of 40 members and 13 members in the e-board, managing 7 teams. So we have graphic, IT, content, multimedia, logistics, finance, PR.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a big group of people, and each team has a director to manage like a smaller team of like 4 or 5 people, and all of them have their own duties, and we have meetings. So we have weekly meetings with like small deadlines for them to complete.
Okay.
And I'm currently really proud of all their hard work and their passion for journalism and the international community at Temple.
Okay. And now, how often do you guys produce content? So what's your, how quickly are you like adjusting everything and all that?
Yeah, so we are a weekly magazine, so we have content, different articles for every day of the week, and we also post it on our social media. So today we just hit 500 likes on our social media. So yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, now what has been one of the biggest challenges that you've faced so far while creating this here at Temple?
Yeah, so of course starting something new from scratch is very challenging and difficult, and we have learned a lot throughout the process. So the most difficult things that we have faced that I would say are firstly is figuring out the workflow, motivating the team members, and also the most important thing is to engaging Temple students with this new magazine. So for the team, we are trying different methods and setting more small deadlines that I told you, and also make sure that the communication and vision are clear. For Temple students, we are trying to host a diverse range of interesting events like photo exhibit, rock show, culture show, or Q&A panel with guest speakers to engage them, and we hopefully in the future more people would know about us, and they would give us like more feedback, ideas to help us develop our content to be more interesting.
All right, and then you also just connected with the community. You guys just had an art gallery exhibiting photos of people from their like home countries and stuff like that. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and what that was like?
Yeah, so that's what our latest event was our launch event, and that was a big success. As we got about like over 200 people, and it was a photo exhibit called Piece of Home, emphasizing artworks from 15 international photographers at Temple, and also emphasizing the beauty of diversity at Temple and giving people a sense of home in a foreign country. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Congratulations on that.
Thank
that's
you.
Like a huge accomplishment for you guys. And I guess I'll wrap up the questions by saying, where do you see this publication going? I know you said you're graduating, so do you plan on still managing it? And then what has been the biggest reward through this publication?
Yeah, so in the future, we still want to try to figure out what people are interested in reading about and expand it not just in Temple, but in Philadelphia to like other colleges like Drexel or UPenn. The most rewarding part about making this whole magazine, I would say, is I gain a lot of management skills, also entrepreneurship skills. I have made a lot of friends throughout the ways, and I can say that I found my home here by working for Freely Magazine because so many talented people that I've met. And if I would have one advice for international students who are looking for something to get involved, I would say join us because you know, we will give you any opportunities you would want to succeed.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Sylvia. I wish the best of luck to you and your publication, and I hope that it really takes off for you guys.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So today I had so much fun learning about the different cultures, and I hope our viewers had the same experience watching our program. I'd like to thank our guests who shared their stories today, and hopefully international and American students can understand each other a little better. I want to say thanks to our crew for putting together another great show. If you have any ideas on what you would like to see next on our show, visit our Facebook page at The World at Temple and let us know. Until next time, have a fun time exploring Temple University and the world. See you next semester.